I just made these absolutely tiny crayons, but they're not small enough. So I made an even smaller one that looks literally microscopic next to these other ones. But I'm going for the world record, so in this video, I'm going to be attempting to make an even smaller crayon. Now, you're probably wondering how I'm going to make them, and they all actually start off with a normal crayon. And the first step is to remove the wrapper. Once you do that, you have something that looks like this, which then you cut off a small section of the end of it and then start carving it with a knife. I'm going to start with this small chunk, and I have this X-Acto knife. First thing that I do is I'll have it like right up against my finger like that, so there's like a stopping point for this. It just adds a lot of control. But yeah, it's just mini carving, and as you can see, like, it's been like 2 seconds and there's already a bunch of stuff all over the place. So it needs to be half the length of that. So I just gotta get this as thin as I possibly can. Like, at a certain point, it's gonna be impossible to really carve it anymore because of how thin it is. I guess we'll see how small that is. Okay, so I broke off this little chunk. So that chunk right there is going to be our crayon, and as you can see, it's about the size of that small one, which makes that seem like a lot bigger than it really is. I'm actually going to cut this right in half, see if that works. Oops, dropped it. That's a problem. Holding it is like impossibly hard at this scale. Okay, that speck right there, that is the length of it, so I got to shave it down somehow. Why have I not been doing this? I mean, I doubt you can really see that well. I don't know if it's in focus, but yeah, it's like a little crumb that you think would just fall off of a crayon. I always have to have a penny and scale because it's hard to tell the size of things without something for scale. I mean, I don't know if it'll be this speck in particular. I don't know if it's gonna take multiple attempts. Let's hope it doesn't take multiple attempts. I'm able to carve it decently well. It's just like, I can't really control if it's just gonna get utterly obliterated when I cut into it. Cause like, you know, it could just completely crumble to pieces. It's already happened to me working on the other ones. I got it. Cut it. Right there. Oh, yes. Hold up. Wait, did it work? I mean, I cut a little bit too much off. All right, let's try that again. This is the chunk that I cut off. Look at that. That's perfect. That will turn into the world's smallest crayon. It just fell off my finger and now I have no clue where it went. I turned off the camera for 1 second. I looked down and it's just gone. Oh, that might be it. I think that's it actually. Yeah, there it is. You just like breathe literally and stuff just goes flying. There's no way to really prevent that. You could wear something that kind of like blocks it, but I think that's what happened. This is the one that I found. This is what I think is it right there. I got to make a wrapper for that somehow because it actually looks like it has a point to it. That wasn't on purpose. It looks like it would work, so I gotta find that wrapper that I just pulled out of the trash. There's a piece of it in there still, so this should work right here. With that width, I'm going to want something. Well, first of all, I should cut it this way because it's easier now than it would be later, and then just kind of put a straight edge on that, and then it's gonna be like that long. It's gonna be like, I need scissors. Okay. I don't know if you guys can even see that. But this. No, too thin. Definitely way too thin. That might be perfect. If I can find it. There it is. Somehow, I'm supposed to wrap this around that, which is like as thin as a needle. Especially that scale. It's just so, picture trying to wrap anything around something as thin as a needle. It's gonna be hard. I also still have to do all the details on this, but that part I can draw small. It just disappeared like quite, oh, there it is. At this scale, things just literally feel like they disappear for a second. You see them and then they're gone because they're just so light and you never feel them and can't tell that they just fell off of you. Gotta try to bend that. Oh, I got a bend in it. I don't know if this is like, I mean, I think I can do it, but I mean, look at that. It's literally a, like, I just did, if I take this piece that I'm doing, all right, I can put it in there. No. Okay, gotta trim it down a tiny bit now because I cut it short. I think it helped a tiny bit. Here it is. Right there. Okay, so that red speck right there needs to fit on this. And I don't know if y'all have ever tried doing something like this small, but it's hard. I think I have a good solution though, and this worked for the Shrek series. Stuff that small, because it's so light, if you touch it, it just kind of like bounces around, and it's incredibly hard to do anything without having some sort of surface that can hold it down so it doesn't jump all over the place. This applies to anything that light and small. It just has no weight to it. But if I put a piece of double-sided tape down, I can take this guy over here. Oh, it literally just bounced onto there. That's kind of crazy. I can put that and attach that to there. So yeah, it's stuck down now and it's not going to be bouncing around. I can take this from over here, put that down there. And then I have super glue, which is how I'm hoping I'm going to stick this down. I think that's just the way. With this canvas that I'm putting super glue on off camera. Yeah, there you go. There's your blob of super glue that I'm using. Okay, so we got this little glob of super glue on there. Gonna dry incredibly fast. So I gotta make sure that put this on here. I didn't practice getting this on here, but that should work. All right, that is perfect. We got it on there. That's the first step. Now I can try to fold this over a little bit. Wait for it to dry like that. We did it. We wrapped it. 5 minutes ago, I did not think I was going to be able to wrap this like this, but I guess that worked really well. I gotta be very careful. Just push it back a little bit. Okay, now I gotta somehow manage to wrap it completely. So I gotta take the rest of this. Hope that is pretty much dry. I'm just rolling it in my finger. I think that's the best way to flatten something at this scale. I mean, I'm still like, I don't really know what I'm doing. There's like a few people in the world that do stuff at this scale, so I don't have any specialized tools for anything. It's kind of just like whatever I think is gonna work. I've made like a one hair brush, and that's what I'm gonna use to paint that, so that's gonna be cool to watch. Definitely stick around to see that. I just gotta hold that down right there. I successfully super glued this to here, so that's awesome. That is it wrapped. And then I'll get this thing colored. All right, so I got it zoomed in. I think that's a much better angle there. I have a 003 drawn, as you can see right there. I was upside down. Hold on, 003. Oh wait, I just realized, I'm filming. Oh my goodness, I'm such a short YouTuber. It took me a full minute and a half to realize that the camera was the wrong way. That's pretty crazy. Oh my goodness, I thought that was a bigger one on the camera, but no, that's it. Okay. So in my Shrek series, you guys are always like, why don't you use a microscope? Why don't you use a magnifying glass? So at the scale of the Shrek series, I can see it better than I can see it through a magnifying glass. I mean, the magnifying glass that I have, it doesn't really help out. I have a few microscopes, they just don't work. They're like, you know, microscopes. Let me know if there's a way to get them to zoom out way less, but I don't know. I'm not gonna do the multiple lines. I'm just gonna do a single black ring around here. I think that is fine. This is that black circle in the middle. This is that main face of it. I gotta do all sides of it. So I'm gonna take this one hair brush. This is like the other side of it, just to sort of turn it over. I have to do like these dots to do it because it just moves around way too much. It's not sticking down enough. But it's working. I mean, this is pretty crazy, guys. I definitely think it could get a world record. You know, I'm giving away the entire way I do it, so I think people could just break it really easily. People go for some pretty crazy records. So there it is. That is the world's smallest crayon. But now, it's time to see if it actually works, because that is the most important part by far. So let's see if it's possible to draw with this thing. Okay, the moment we've all been waiting for. Can I draw with that microscopic little crayon right there? I don't think I can physically pick that up. I mean, maybe I could, but tweezers are gonna be a lot easier. So I got these, and you guys can see that drawing down there, hopefully. Oh, it works. Oh my goodness. What? Oh no, okay. Don't lose it. I just like launched it across the desk. I hold it like this. That is perfect. Oops. Oh no. Oh no. I'm not joking. It just launched out of the tweezers. Hold on. It just launched out of the tweezers. And it's